I want to talk today about how you get back that initial effect that you get when you have a supplement for the first time. Like often you will take some new supplement, say zinc or manganese or boron or anything like that, and you will have an amazing effect from it if it's the first time you've ever taken it. Like in my life, I have had a huge number of supplements which have been like this. Like vitamin D, the first time I took it, just made me feel incredibly strong. And I just felt like my wounds were just closing up in real time. And vitamin A had a similar effect. Zinc just gave me incredible high energy the first time I took it. Boron just made me crazy high libido. But most of these effects only last a short amount of time. You only last for a few days or a week or maybe 2 weeks at most. And then these effects sort of taper off. And I've spent a huge amount of time just trying to recover those initial feelings of those supplements. Like if I just felt like I felt on that first time taking zinc the whole time, I think my life would be amazing. I would just have super high energy the whole time. And if I could keep the libido from the boron the whole time, I would just have a crazy sex drive. And if I kept the social anxiety suppression from the magnesium, or even like the wit and the fast thinking from the manganese, if I could keep all these effects permanently, it would be absolutely amazing. My life would just be 10 times better. So just chasing and trying to get these effects back, I've put a lot of time into researching it and trying to figure out what to do. And a lot of people, I think, especially in the supplement world, have a very incorrect view on this. So you often hear, I use boron as an example. Boron is a supplement which is touted to raise testosterone, and it does raise testosterone. If you take like 20 milligrams of boron, you will probably get a nice testosterone boost if you haven't taken it before. And you'll feel really strong and really energetic and really confident for a few days. But it tends to taper off. And a lot of the advice you hear from around boron, if you read forums and things, is you should cycle it. Or you should just stop taking it for a while and then maybe start it again in a few months, and then you can get the effect back. And people are just treating it like TRT or like injecting testosterone or something. They think, okay, boron does this, but if you take it for a while, your body adapts to it and you no longer get the boron effect. So you have to stop taking it, and then you can start it up later when you feel like you want a boost from the boron, and you can get your high testosterone back again. And it's true, that will work, but you're not really approaching the problem how you should approach it. Like boron is absolutely necessary to make testosterone in the body. If you take 20 milligrams of boron a week, 20 milligrams a day for a week, and you take it for a while, and you boost your testosterone a bit, but then the effect goes away, it doesn't mean boron is no longer being used to make testosterone in the body. Your body hasn't adapted to boron, so it doesn't boost the testosterone using it anymore. There's not like a set point which your body makes testosterone at, and your body always returns to that. If you were able to make the testosterone using the boron, you would. But what's happened is you've stopped being able to utilize this boron to make the testosterone effectively. And the reason for this is something like testosterone, or almost any of the effects I've described, like high energy or social cognition or anything like that, require a huge amount of different supplements. It's not just like one magic pill. So once you've taken the boron, what your body is doing is it's utilizing all of the different supplements it needs. So the zinc, the copper, the vitamin A, the cholesterol, everything it needs can be used up to make more testosterone. So your deficiency, your weak point, was not high enough boron levels. And once you've supplemented that, you're able to use up the rest of your nutrients to make testosterone more effectively. And that lasts for a few days. But after a few days, what happens is one of the extra nutrients which is required to make the testosterone runs out. So it might be zinc, it might be magnesium, it might be cholesterol, but you get a weak point in something else and your body stops being able to generate the high amount of testosterone it was when you initially took the boron. And what has run out is going to be individual to everyone. So maybe in the standard American diet, people are not getting very much boron, which is very, very likely. So look, for a lot of Americans, when you take boron initially, it will boost your testosterone quite nicely. But maybe the next low nutrient in the American diet could be manganese or magnesium. So after you've taken the boron for a few weeks, your magnesium levels will gradually drop, and eventually you won't have enough to make excess testosterone anymore. So what you need to do is not take the boron more, or not take a break from the boron. You don't need to cycle it. You need to find what the next thing that has run out is, which may be magnesium, or it may be vitamin A, or it may be vitamin D, or it could be almost anything. You can keep taking the boron. There's no harm to keep taking the boron. Clearly your diet, as it was, is slightly deficient in boron. So you will, if you keep taking the boron, you'll have a slightly higher production of testosterone than you would otherwise do. But to get the bolus, the transient, like massively high levels and the amazing energy you felt with the boron, you will need to improve all your nutrient levels such that you do not have any weak points from your diet. And it's really quite difficult to continue this process on and on. Like, if your testosterone levels has decreased, you don't really know what is causing that. You need to look at all the symptoms of your body as a whole and make a judgment as to what you think you might be lacking, which is required to make more testosterone. In fact, testosterone is a very difficult example because it's so complicated. There's other bodily processes, such as body temperature, which are easier to figure out what you need to fix it. So I would advise starting off with more simple things and trying to improve them in your body rather than going straight to something complicated like testosterone. But if you take the boron and raise testosterone, and it lowers your manganese, and then you figure out that you need the manganese. So you go and take some manganese and you get a testosterone boost for a few days, and then it tapers off again. So you've run out of then something other than boron and manganese. So you need to look at, okay, what am I lacking due to taking an American diet, which could be related to testosterone production? And maybe you'll do some research on some forums or papers or whatever. You might think, okay, lots of Americans get testosterone boosts from taking zinc. So you can take zinc, and it might have an effect, it might not have an effect. But if it does have an effect, then you can say, okay, my next bottleneck was zinc, so I will just add that into my supplement routine now. And now you have boron and manganese and zinc, and your baseline testosterone level will be a bit higher than it was before. The large effect will often not last for very long. Obviously, the ideal situation is for you to have this massive boost of testosterone just continuing the whole time. But to do that would require you to have ample nutrition of every single nutrient required to make testosterone, which is not an easy project. That will take you a long time to figure out. It has taken me a long time to figure out. I think a lot of my bodily processes are in quite a good space now, but it has taken me years and years to get here. And it will take you a long time too. But I hope I've given you at least the recipe to start improving your health today. Subscribe if you like the video, and I will try and help you along the way. It's not very easy figuring out what supplements you need, which is something I'm quite good at, and I spent a long time doing in my life, so I hope I will be able to help you somewhat in that. Alright, that's all for today. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.